Yaesu has launched a new mobile radio, the FTM-6000R. The 6000R at first appearance seems like, oh, this is just another launch of a radio. But this is actually a very impressive new radio. This is not your father's radio. It's very modern in its technology. I wasn't real excited about it until I saw Ham Radio 2.0's interview with John Kruk from Yaesu, and he explained it. I'll put a link to that video in the description. In that video, on October 12th, he said that the manuals were launched. So let's look at the manuals and go through the features. First, let's look at the value of this radio. When I saw that it was going to come out at $320, I thought, well, that seems a little high for such a basic radio. But let's compare against what's out there in features. So a base radio might cost you $150. And if you get a radio from the same brand with a data port, it usually adds about $50. Radios with removable control heads tend to cost $50 to $80 more than their counterparts. And I just bought an extension kit so you can, for another radio that costs $50. These allow you to mount the control head remotely. So all these things come with the radio standard. So it is a very good deal for the price. So in typical Yaesu form, they have an operating manual and an advanced manual. So the one thing I noticed first off was the mute button on the microphone. This is very handy when you're driving. You can just hit that button if you have to take a phone call and the radio interrupts you. It's very difficult to turn the volume knob down and then turn it back up to the level you had it, especially when no one's talking on the radio. All of a sudden you've turned it up too loud and it wakes up your wife and she's mad. This is one of the best manuals I've ever seen for a radio. It has pictures of what the button you press, when you turn the knob, instead of trying to describe all of that with text. I do like that it has a back button. I like exit keys and back. Some radios, when you get into the menu system, you can get lost, and sometimes your only way out is to turn the radio off and back on. This has extended receive. It starts at 108 megahertz, which is the end of the FM broadcast band, and essentially goes up to 1000 megahertz. Of course, you have your two ham bands that you can talk on. Now, this is an exciting feature here, the Easy to Operate 3. It uses the two function buttons and gives you various things. You can assign menu features that you use commonly to its very own list and then pull it up. You can assign a list of frequencies, up to 5 of them, so that you can press the button and then choose from those 5 instead of the 1,100 memory slots that you could fill up. It also has a primary memory group. This is the one that gives you 5 channels that you can register to it. This is really nice because you can, if you're working an event and you got a tactical channel and then a channel back to the base, you just press the button and choose from a list from 1 to 5 channels that you've put in, and it's really easy to go back and forth. The menu items, there's 35 of them. They're listed all throughout the manual. The radio comes with the normal stuff. It also comes with the 10-foot cable, It has a sliding bracket for the body of the radio, which is nice because you don't have to screw it in and out. So you can easily remove this radio, take it inside, then take it back out to your car. A little way to save money, especially if you're a new ham. It has a USB cable because it's USB programmable. You don't have to get a special programming cable that won't work with half the computers, it seems. And then you get a bracket for the control head. That's something a lot of radio manufacturers don't do. Now the Bluetooth unit does not come with the radio. That's going to save you $45. If you want it, you can spend the $45. Okay. If you've seen my video with the front-facing speaker radios, you know I'm very particular about buttons. I originally said, oh, this isn't a good display, but because you can create your own menu lists, if I want to go change power quickly, that can be one of my favorites in the menu list. The display, the only thing I really don't like about this is it doesn't show whether you're on high, medium, or low power. Yaesu usually shows if you're on low and medium, but this does have very big numbers. It seems like a good display. Here's some more. Another menu list. Okay, we got different bands. So this is the back and side of the control head. Here is a data jack that you put the USB cable in. You can download channel things, and then also firmware updates. On the front of the head, or at front of the body, you got your normal to plug in the control head, plug in the mic. There's a switch here. Oh, that's another USB for the firmware there. On the back of the radio, you got your normal coax connector, speaker out, DC power, and then here's the cool thing, it has a data port. That alone is going to save you a lot of money if you try to take a regular radio and turn it into a data radio. Power levels, by the way, are 5, 25, and 50 watts. At 50 watts, you will draw about 10 amps. So there's the slider bracket. There's a little switch, so it'll slide in and out. There's the remote head. That's double-sided tape. So and there you go. Let's go to the advanced manual. So here's the advanced manual, and it's got all the features listed and more in depth at the end of the manual. Here's two features I really like. You can change the mic gain, so you might want to use your own mic that's different than the one that's sold. So you got minimum, low, normal, high, and max that you can change the gain with. Here's another cool option, is the beep. When I use radios in the car, I want to hear the buttons beep, so I know I pressed it. But sometimes that tone is just too loud. They give you a low setting for the tone. If I'm in the house, I usually turn the beep off because I can pay more attention to what I'm doing. Then it talks about doing squelch types and paging, and there's a lot of paging features that are really for business radios, but Yaesu installs them on their regular radios because it's not much extra effort really. Data cables, you can buy different types of data cables for whatever you might need. So page 26, it starts, this is the short list, and then at page 26 it starts the more in-depth explanations of what's going on. It also has weather, so if you press the P4 button on the microphone, that's a standard button for mobiles on Yaesu, it'll go to the weather channels. The data is is 1200 baud and 9600 baud. And that's about it.